Hey guys, what's going on? Arkusam here, doing another round of Disco Elysium. So, after last episode, I did go and get my shirt finally. As you can see, I'm no longer wielding the chest hairs of justice. Kim was not too happy with the state of my apartment. I don't think we looked at it in such a fine detail, but that's my bed. Looks like more like a couch, but that's my bed. That's the broken window I threw a shoe out of. My shitty bathroom. Found a tape cassette that was in these cables that weren't in there before. Hoping it's just like a regular item of no importance. That's where bloody class year is. Like one of the loading screens had a few pronunciations and her name was there, and it's apparently class, like Klass, like hard class, and then dash year, YEH. Class year. But apart from that, there's nothing else really in Whirling-In-Rags that I wanted to do. I know I had to make a call for old mate to go find Sylvie. Will they actually let me out the back at the moment? Can I get the back at all? No, okay. Hope it does open up though, like another time of the day. Wonder if I can just get a warrant for it. Just let me in! So yeah, also if you didn't catch the last episode, I'm still trying to pull the body down. I think the game's pretty much at the point where it's just trying to throw me a bone because of just how physically weak I went. Because if you didn't catch this at episode 1, I opted for more a mental character rather than a physical character. There we go, so 5 intellect and 4 motorics. If I had a higher physique, I would have been able to pull down the body straight away, but since I can't, it's been a rather interesting experience. Because then I've got the class thought volumetric shit compressor, so something tells me after I've done all my talking, I will be able to get my shit together just long enough to go pull a body down. I also thought this journal part was pretty cool. Like, I knew that we had tasks because we did that, we opened that up in one of the other episodes. So that's, for example, finding booze and drinking it, getting rid of the body, reporting badge missing. But what I only just found out, like, a minute before I started recording, is that if you don't pass certain things, as long as I have a map naturally, it'll actually tell me where they are, so I can go find them again. Which I thought was really cool. So I've got 53% of my compressor perk done. Now I notice time does speed up quite a bit when you talk to people in conversations. What's this over here? Look like a pile of trash, but goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. It is trash. Hooray for me. Hey, this guy looks a little shady. What the hell's that? Oh, it's just old mate with the bloody sign. Whew. Thought it was some kind of demon for a second. I was like, oh, lordy.
Welcome to Revachol.
He announces the rotund man. The remark isn't addressed at you. It's addressed at Kim. Hey, why are you addressing my partner like that?
Don't you welcome to Revachol me.
Lieutenant
My
fires
grandfather
back.
came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Ooh, I think that's a burn.
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
Yeah, you tell him. We don't put up with that racist crap around here.
It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, Kitsuragi's mad! Rhetoric. What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination. You know what? He's right. You're undermining our best shot at real self-determination. I'm just gonna go with it, eh?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I mean, sort of valid point?
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here.
Oh.
But I should watch myself and behave.
Well, Kitsuragi knows how to read between the lines. I didn't pick up that at all.
But you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make sure you behave. I would advise you to remember that.
Something tells me this racist lorry driver is going to have a really shit time for the rest of the game. Silence! The air between them becomes tense. A spirit to call success. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine. I mean, that seems like the logical one. Fucking A, Kim. I've got your back. Gonna give you a bit of a love tap on the shoulder.
You two make a cute couple, you know that?
The lorry man spits. The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness. Now that's settled, we have a couple of questions.
Whatever you say, officers.
He waits impassively, cigarette smouldering between his fingers. Perception success. He smells of heavy motor oil and his breath of high tar content cigarettes. Probably Astra Whites. Anyway, what are you hauling? Not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation. And what were you supposed to pick up? Because I don't believe you now. Apples. Rhetoric success. Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide. Because it does sound like a cover story to me. Look, Ace Detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. He loses his patience for explaining it. I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular Kojiko picked apples. What the hell's a Kojiko? That's weird. Anywho, rhetoric success. Kojiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think. Oh, so they grow apples in Grad. Yup, it's one of their main exports. They grow them down South Yekokata, a beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas. Encyclopedia success. In fact, Yetokata is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to pull this guy to the curb for this. Yekokata is not in the south, and they definitely don't grow apples there. Yeah? Says who? It's literally in the name. Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. The lorry driver glares at you intently, then shrugs. Then I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those Kojos, or Kojkos. They're everywhere, except their own homes. You keep saying Kojko. What does that actually mean? He means the people living in Grad. Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradfolk. Those degenerates from Grad. Oh, so it's an ethnic slur. Wonderful. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise? So, can I see the apples? Racist lorry driver. Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in them. He looks at you with a strange glint in his eyes. Rhetoric, relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable. Now, what did you say about the rights and privileges of lorrymen? I'm interested. Yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges. And that's a privilege? Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything. Very ancient, very prestigious. So, it's a kind of union then. Hells no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profits. But you can't replace experience. Trusting street thugs with their goods is gonna fuck 'em right up the arse. Mark my words. Generations of practice ain't no laughing matter. Yeah, alright, you know what? We're done for now, you racist bloody fuck. I don't know, well, I should probably try and cut down on the swearing in general. However, this series is absolutely laden with it, so I'm just keeping in theme. Let's go look at some free magazines. Jump Jams, a popular music mag. I'm assuming that's supposed to be a popular music mag. A glossy magazine, most able-bodied men. This issue hosts a top 10 list. Ooh, a top 10 list. Fritter! 3 T's. How idiomatic. I feel like as much as I want to try and put up more on my physical points, I really feel like I need to just leave it and just make this guy like just hard mental, hard motorics. Just because I've gone like really hard in one direction, like it'd be like no point trying to balance it all out. Would help for the next playthrough because then I could just make a brawler and just punch my way through everything. Yellow roses. Dozens of them. Tulips too. Turn the radio off. Oh, a melancholy pop song plays on the radio. It's my jam.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine. Oh, it's just Frit, okay. But with 3 T's. Conceptualization success. What's that magazine she's reading? Before we go on, what is this Frit?
I don't know. Frit?
She shrugs. And what is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Oh yes, we nearly broken through. So why is it written with 3 T's then?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chews on her gum with disgust. Encyclopedia success. The story goes that normal Frit with 2 T's, a men's worker shop in Verderfort, was already taken, so when Frit Retail Inc. grew to a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement. So, what magazine you reading there?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colourful photo of 2 girls kissing.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
No, that's right, I'm gonna take it. Composure success. Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. Forget all about... Oh, what do we say? I feel like that would be the mature option. Stupid famous people. That's amazing.
It's boring, but, you know.
She never finishes her sentence. Got some other questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She puts down the magazine. Do you have any ammonia for... Oh, no, we've already gone through the ammonia. Can you tell me anything about the dead body? I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so... Did you know the man who died? Not really? Not really. Does that mean you knew him a little? No, I didn't know him at all. What do you think happened? I don't know. No need to worry. The lieutenant's voice is soothing and professional. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know. Okay? Okay. She scratches her nose. Alright, thanks for the help, I guess. She brushes a strand of hair off her face and tries to return to her magazine. Leave. Thought complete. Right. Done. Huzzah! Volumetric shit compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not lore officials. It remains to see how long the shit singularity lasts. So what can we do? All endurance white checks unlocked. Learning cap for endurance raised to 4. Okay. So that means my endurance can now go to 4 maximum? Interesting. Bonuses from the thought. So I wonder what Guillerme is going to be when I get my... Because what the problem... Oh, yeah, so that's... Shit's apart. Solution. Bam. I see. I like. Also, progress! Let's get the hell out of this shitty shop. Like, I've only been waiting 2 hours to cut this body down. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Well, there's probably a few things that can stop me now. Actually, what I'm gonna do is look at my... What do you call it? No, not this thing. The other thing. Endurance. So, Hanged Man and the... just the Hanged Man. Oh. Damn it. Thought we had something else with it we could have unlocked. But just, our good old buddy up here and his friend Kuno. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell, admitting it is all it does now. So, let's try and let go of our nose without throwing up with our shit together. Plus 6 shit compressed, and plus 1 to Kuno-fied non-vomiteur. Huzzah, we did it! Success! As you breathe in the odor, well, as you breathe, the odor comes in over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Conceptualization success. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons. Do they always do that? They do after 7 days, yes. We're deep in decomposition here. Steps closer. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial and strength. There is a really fucked up option here. It does end in a game over, because I did literally came up on our YouTube as like a recommended watch, so I do know it. Basically, you can fuck up getting this guy down, and the kid behind the fence can get shot, and if you shoot the kid, it's a game over. So that out of the way, let's look at the boots first, because I'm not gonna lie, I would totally take the boots. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Inland Empire success. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place somehow. Logic success. These are clearly not boots, they're armor, possibly part of a larger set. Well, they aren't just boots, are they? They're armor. Indeed, with his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Encyclopedia success. Oh! The lieutenant uses a Memento Technique A6. That's just not any notebook, it's a classic. Thanks, Encyclopedia. Super useful to know. It's all you, baby. What kind of armor is this exactly? Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Where? Under the heel. Fair weather. He turns the boot slightly. Fair weather model T500/VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. Do we pull the boot off? Yes. The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above. Stop! The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm. Pig's gonna pull his head off. Brutal. Okay. Lieutenant, you seem distressed. Why? You're about to pull his head off. Oh. Do it, homo. I'm gonna pull his head off, right? Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do, so please don't. Alright, so I'm assuming if I just follow through this will also result in a game over if I remove his head. Visual calculus, indeed. From this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? These boots would go super well with my bell-bottom pants. You do understand the boots are steeped in cadaverine odor, don't you? So are my pants. You have a point there, detective, you have a point. But, the lieutenant taps on the boot, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. for 7 days. They're fused to his feet now. Why do you think they're the only thing left on him? Interfacing success. You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down, and second, it probably would be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. Steal a dead man's boots? That would be dishonorable. Refuse for honor. Alright then, you can pay the hostile boots in honor points. How many honor points have you collected? There are honor points? Of course there aren't, don't be naive. Well, what's going to happen to the boots then? Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. He looks towards the boots. Should we continue? No, I want to try and pull the boot off. Now, is there another option that we can try? Let us try. Let's try the detective route. Are we not detective? There may be clues inside the boot. Maybe we should concentrate on what's outside the boot and leave what's inside to the boys at processing? Just this once? Besides, taps on the boot. Okay, we're just going to go into a loop. Fine, well, sounds like a plan, I guess. New task, getting the hangman's boots. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky. Oh, that's a terrible line without context. Feels nice and cracky, yeah. Oh, but we try and knock on the boot. A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Sounds fragile. It's anything but. The material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. He points to the boots. See? Faint organic lines cover the plates, where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them together. Conceptualization. Like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. What does this remind me of? If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. Run your finger over the lines. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice. Oh! Perception, sight. The whirls are in shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton. Good. Can you read it to me? He tips the drying ballpoint of his pen on the tongue. There we go. Drama. Let's lie. Okay, let's not lie just this once. E50, 100, 1000. New task. Run the number on the victim's armor. We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my Kanema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us. I wonder how this man can afford such expensive hardware. That's for us to find out. He checks his notes. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the Harbour Company. This confirms my own assumptions. These look pretty advanced for a security guard, though. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford. So what happened to the rest of it? Locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. New task. Where is the rest of the armor? We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information. He nods towards Kuno. Maybe he'll know something. Understood. The material also looks out of place here. It is. It's expensive. The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. How much are we talking about? For a full set, about 4 years of wages. Encyclopedia. For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank. Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 bucks? Not too much, yes. Oh, it's pathetic. I need to hustle more and hate less. I have no idea what that means. Cool, I'm just gonna back off and look at the corpse. Wow, that was all the boots too. Look at the belt. Let's look at the tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their their concentration is highest around his heart. Is this a microelectronic system? I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were, but it's not quite complex enough, is it? Interfacing. Doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any radio computer your mind can imagine. The somewhat organic lines remind you of the old filament memory units, but not quite? No, you're nowhere near right. I'm missing something here. So am I. A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket. Perception success. He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster around his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open, like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera. Will them work? Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that? An instant color camera. He produces two metal cap ampules and clicks them onto place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there. I have only 2 ampules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one. He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then a sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper rolling out. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. In case we need it, the lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. Cool machine. Yes. He slides the camera close and tucks it away on his belt. It is pretty cool, isn't it? Interfacing. There is only 1 ampule left. Use it wisely. What do we need the photo for? Tattoo's victims. It contains insight into the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Can I have it? I should probably look at it later, without that corpse smell. Sure, just don't lose it. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colourful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms. Let's look at him in the eye. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors here. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. You know what? 28% chance, I think it said. Tell me, who are you, dead man? The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that. Who is he? He's male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build. Alright, let's look at this belt that's actually tying him up, shall we? The hangman's knot is pulled by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his back. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Encyclopedia success. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships. Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo. Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. Apparently this is the reinforced kind. For air transport. My brain tells me so. He nods. The local harbour uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they used whatever they was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I mean, we are assuming dock workers from the harbour did it then? The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life, certainly not a briefing. New task. Ask Kim to tell you about the case. Okay, he blinks. You should ask me for one the first moment we get. I mean, they wanted him to stay up there, obviously. That's why the rope is reinforced with steel wiring. I was afraid it would be. He rises to inspect the noose. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. How'd they even get him up there? A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. He points to the buckle trying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? Points to the one on the side of the tree. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. He makes a pulling motion. Visual calculus. Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. Alright, so how are we going to get him down? He stops to think and then checks his notes. Are you sure we've finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of those things once he's gone down. Yeah, alright. I think we only had one option left anyway. Let's squint and take a step back. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Visual calculus. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Oh, good one, visual calculus. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. His face and his hands are pink, thighs too. I see it, he adjusts his glasses. His neck too, the lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here. The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of colour, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid stems down his thigh and onto his boot. So, what do you think? He's been beaten up. Can you see the bruises? I do. Most of them are post-mortem, maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport, motherfuckers. Stop talking in riddles, coin slut! He means you fucked him up good, Kuno, the girl yells. Fucked him up brutal like? I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Agreed. He points to the belt, especially on his neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet around, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging. I mean, it seems like a lynching to me. Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death. I mean, the cause of death is I think he's dead. I agree. Conceptualization. His personality is no longer a part of this world. Totally dead. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. He nods in agreement with this advanced piece of conceptualization. Having mulled it over, the lieutenant says, that sounds about right, yeah? Alright, and there's also something coming out of him. A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purged liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop. The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death. The fuck he's saying? Talking about shit? Yeah, goddamn right I'm a expletive. Turn around and yell. Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls. Big said he's a expletive. The lieutenant's face is made of stone. We back off and catch our breath. Alright, that should be everything. Let's get him down from there. Task complete. Inspect victim's body, 70 experience, and we leveled up. Yeah! The steel reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of how to approach the belt. Rhetoric success. He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance, and even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Can't we just shoot him down? Yeah! The enthusiasm is unrestrained. Bang bang time, pigs! Shoot his head off! The lieutenant remains unaffected. How? Visual calculus success. Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim. Points to it. There! The buckle holds the belt together. Where? He corrects his glasses. Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt? Yeah, now we're talking! Entertain Lacuno with some shit! Oh, they'll miss. The pigs will miss Kuno. I know what I'm doing. There is like a literal option. It's not like you miss and hit the kid accidentally for the killing the kid kind of game over. You specifically point and shoot at the kid. So, don't worry. You know what? Just let me try. The man's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. Alright, fine. Take the shot. What's the worst thing that could happen? I'll blow his head off. Take it! Take the shot! Yeah, take the shot! Kuno wants to see some of that shit! Silence. With his elbows sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separating the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. Interfacing, securing it in place. Encyclopedia. That's a Kiel R990 Armistice mass-produced muzzleloader. Aesthetic, frugal, and one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the Falco Tessie position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches, his finger is on the trigger. Yeah, shoot that motherfucker down! He's gonna fucking miss! The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as Lieutenant steps back and says to himself, God damn it! Hand-eye coordination success. A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The Falco test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight. Mirakupa, asshole! Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? God damn, get your shit together. Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it. Try again, maybe? No, we're lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on that. I didn't do us any favors with that. Okay, fine. It's chill. Just... Kuno sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Binoclad. The lieutenant doesn't say a word. He just looks at the gun in his hand. Alright, what now? I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely that we can't get him down without assistance. Hand-eye coordination. You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself. You know what? I can try and shoot him down myself. As bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. He pauses, then shrugs. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim. I'm gonna need your gun for this, though, hey. They only have one gun. Inland Empire. Oops. This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen. Officer, why do we only have one gun, he asks, carefully loading his pistolet. Remember when I told you I didn't have my badge or uniform with me when I woke up? I didn't have my gun either. That is even more unfortunate than the badge. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. The piece shines in his outstretched hand. Try not to lose this one, please. Takes the gun. Haha, mine. Yeah, take it, you fucking banana copper. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth. Point the gun at the belt. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in on the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm. See, that's the 4 I was telling you about. So you can point it at her, it shoots her, and then it kills as a game over. Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss this. Oh. Ooh. You know what? Yes! Like a boss! I was totally expecting that to shoot, like miss and hit her, hey. 100%. The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whirr. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slumped down. For a moment, a man appeals to kneel in front of you, looking straight after you, helpless, trapped within itself. Who killed you? Hangman, communism. Reaction speed. It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench. Ooh, 2 levels up in one episode. Heh, you've been policed. Aces high! The lieutenant raises his right hand, waiting for you to slap it. Oh man, this is the coolest he's been so far. Encyclopedia. The Aces High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the Revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture has spread across the world despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves. Interfacing. You could add an Aces Low if you like, by turning your back after the high and waiting for another. You know what? Aces Low, let's do it. The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill, it's gonna connect. Thought gained, Aces Low. But then it does, with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an Aces Low hanging. I knew these guys were... Expletive, yes, just expletive. You know what? Let's roll with it. Yeah, we are. Got a problem with it? Kuno cracks with laughter. Sounds like someone strangling a seagull. It's clear he enjoys himself. I knew they suck each other off. Hey, what now? We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death, but before... Excuse me. He needs to turn away from the corpse. Perception. Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside of it. It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy. Wait, field autopsy? Yes, he covers his nose. The 4 phases of a murder scene. 1, investigation of the scene. I can't say I'm satisfied with that part yet. I still want to know what's in that trash container, he points to it. 2. Initial examination of the victim. We were exhaustive in our efforts there. Good job. 3. Field autopsy. This will not be pleasant or easy, and it will have to be performed on the scene. The fuck are they on about? Cops gonna cut his shit up next? 4 and final. Transport of the coroner's case to the district morgue. I'll do that. The lieutenant stops. God, he stinks. Don't we have someone else for the autopsy, like, a doctor? No, you and I are detective. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from crime scene to autopsy to cleanup. We do it all. You know what? I don't think I'm a detective, eh? With shooting like that, of course you are. Your station would not have assigned you to the case otherwise. Fine. Better give him back his gun. Lame. In the meanwhile, we should try to interview Evart Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbour property was clearly used in the hanging, he points to the belt. The harbour is just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Interview the Wild Pines rep. Or, we could ask around for the representative of the logistic company. My initial information says that the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrat. Reaction speed. Success. You could ask the gardener for directions. Is this the famous list of initial interviews? Yes, he nods slowly. And those were the interviewees. Let's go. Whew. Thank God we got the autosave. 1. 2, just look at the time, that is a little bit of a longer episode, but look, we actually managed to get the body down. And not kill some kids in the process. I'm more proud of the fact we didn't kill kids in the process. We've also got some level ups, so I wouldn't mind trying to figure out how leveling up works before we wrap this episode up. Ah, okay. So I feel like if you have one, for example, if you've got one in Psych, that means I think like the maximum that most of those skills can go normally is 1. And then if you have bonuses from like items, thoughts and stuff, you can raise the naturals. So I've got nothing really leveled up at the moment, do I? Just trying to decide. I feel like, yeah, put 1 point in guns, another in perception, accept changes and clothes. Yeah, I did a thing. You know what? That shirt, getting that shirt today, that was a good sign. That was a good move. Man, look at all that's all I got in one episode of quests on a Monday. On a Monday. Who does quests on a Monday? Oh, that's right, we got a new one now. Ace is low. Temporary research bonus, +2 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi. The Insulidian Civil War was not the first war to see the use of hybrid airships on both sides, but it was the coolest. For an entire decade, folded multi-rotor fighters got into dogfights above Revachol, Ozon, Semien, and the other arcade islands, spitting death at one another. They flew over sandy beaches and shot each other out of the azure sky, crashing into city blocks and setting island forests ablaze. The Ace's Low was a custom among revolutionary brigades, performed after multiple kills. Lieutenant Kitsuragi seems fond of it. But why? Oh, I have to unlock a new slot? God damn it, I nearly regret becoming a feminist now. Nearly. Oh, but I can actually stop it though, too. Or if I have a skill point I can forget. Okay. Alright. To be honest, shit compressor is probably going to stay just for the endurance white checks alone. I mean, one of those might be a movable one. But how do I unlock others? You know what, I feel like that's a lot. They are questions for future Ark and future us, because I said, this has been a far longer rep. I said I want to keep them for like 45 minutes generally at most, if I can. So, we'll wrap this one up here. Next ep is going to be just doing more of, well, this. So, like what you're seeing here, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until our next Disco Elysium ep, I'm Arkusam, you're on DudeGoBack. Thanks for watching. Peace!